Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome again to the Gympie Bowls Club as we continue their weekend of celebrations for 120 years of bowls. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors who have made this event possible, including the community Gympie and District Bendigo Bank, major sponsors for the event, alongside the Gympie sub-branch RSL, Gympie Regional Council, who are sponsoring the live stream, the Stay Motel, who are sponsoring the Gold Coast-Tweed team for the weekend, Tom Grady Real Estate, Oakville Homes, and another of the group who have been involved in the bowls here for the week of celebrations, Nestle, John Medill Toyota, Nolan Meats, and Gympie Party World. Thank you all so much.
But they'll be on the green in a couple of minutes because they're here. Okay?
Today's event is an open fours with 5 running all the way. The players will have 2 games of 21 ends. There'll be no dead ends. The jack will be respotted on the tee. And the winners are determined by the best margin, and 1 point is awarded for every end that they win. And if there's a tie there at the end, the winner will be the one who wins the most ends out of the last 10 ends played. So we have a fantastic looking day here in Gympie. There's a little white cloud on the horizon, but above us, pure sun. The flags are limp this morning, not like yesterday where they were at attention for the entire day. So conditions are perfect for the bowlers this morning, and we're just waiting on one team. The organisers are trying to shuffle things around, so we'll be on with the action in a very quick space of time, I believe. There's the first bit of wind is actually circulating, as you can see on those flags. We have teams here from all over Queensland, the Gold Coast, the Sunshine Coast, the Cunningham District, Hervey Bay, Urangan, to name but a few. So we're looking forward to a brilliant day of bowls while we continue the celebration of 120 years with the Gympie Club. We have a full day of commentary today, and we will be joined by a special guest later in the day. Somebody I'm sure that once he speaks you will recognise the voice. He's well known to everybody in the bowls community in Queensland, and he's been heard on this stream many times before. So we'll leave his name in abeyance for a while, and he will join us at some stage this morning to lighten up the commentary, so to speak. Right, with amongst the other people that have supporting this event is the Sunshine Coast Bowlers Paradise, Paul Hendricks. his setup here for the day. So if there's anyone out there thinking about coming down or thinking about need some supplies, Paul's here with a full range of gear and services. And what better way to spend a lazy Sunday morning than down here at the Gympie Bowls Club and enjoy some great bowls and some great company. And away we go. The bell is just sounded. We have our first round match, which is Team Grundy, Narelle McDonald, Mike McDonald, Norm Gundy and Leanne Gundy, playing against Lacey, Gerick, Logan, Hughes, Ben Hagen and Anthony Hughes. So looking down on the rink, it's good to see that there are three youngsters in the teams out here on display. I look across the rink and there's a number of juniors mixing it with the more senior bowlers, so it'll be a good experience for them. Narelle's going to lead us off. So get the birthday girl out of the camera shot. Happy 60th. Good looking start here from Lacey. Found a home right at the back there. Narelle has just missed the grass a bit there. Had very good weight. As I said before, with no winds, it's going to be a really good morning for bowls. And the green that we're streaming from, this is played very well yesterday. The other green has only just come back in, and it's a credit to the greenkeeper. It looks immaculate. But the one we're on today is just a little quicker. We have Mike playing up with the yellow bowls. Young Logan next to play. He's got that away very nicely. Just it'll probably 1.5 meters or so. Just struggling a little bit to find the line, but that's pretty good weight. And Logan's put this one out on a pretty good track. It looks like good weight as well. Gets all the way to the jack. That is the shot. It only took her one bowl to find the correction she needed. Yes, the birthday girl's on the stream read. Good morning. Welcome to the coverage. We have young Ben Hagen on the mat for Team Hughes. Well pointed. It's just going to run out of puff at the end. We're going to slide underneath, get a bit of action. It'll be close to second shot there from Norm. Logan's given this plenty of air. He's got better weight. That's a very good correction. Fall in behind the jack. That's two for the Team Hughes. We have Leanne Grundy up on the mat now, playing up on her forehand. Giving it a good path. Just needs to get all the way. That's a pretty good effort. Anthony's chosen to come up on the backhand. A good weight, just missed his line a bit there. Leanne's looking to get some contact on her last bowl. There's taken a wider line. Anthony has the opportunity now to add one more without any right of reply. It's a good track again. Is he going to get round that front one? No, unfortunately not. So it looks like 2 to Team Hughes to start the game off. So Lacey, who is leading today, is going to determine the length of the end. The mat's probably about 2 metres up, and I believe that the jack is on the tee, so pretty much a full length end. This young lass Lacey has got a real good career ahead of her in bowls, as do her 2 brothers, who are both very good bowlers in their own rights. Cody and Riley, they make an excellent family triples team. The extra distance on this end has found the 2 leads wanting with their first 2. Let's see what sort of correction that they can come up with. And Lacey's got round that front bowl, and that's a pretty good correction. And finished just a 1.5 feet behind. Narelle's given herself plenty of air here. How much run has she got left? Proved on her first, but still it's pulled up on the a bit on the short side. Great line, but left the weight behind. Very easy to make out Mike's bright yellow bowls. Just going to slide past and make friends in the sand. Logan looking for a correction. Down on a very good track, but I'm not sure that it's going to get all the way. Pretty much perfect line with both of us, but just needed a bit more weight. I think this bowl's headed for the same sort of fate. Players are just struggling with the weight of this descent. See what Ben can do. I think he's pretty much followed suit. Again, perfect line. I think Norm's a little heavy as well and found a spot on the bank. This looks a bit better from young Ben. Still a metre or so to get there. Just need to get under this. Promoted it up. See if the skips can improve on this. Anthony to play first. And a pretty good field. He's got fair weight. Found a home right at the back. Leanne was well pointed, but she too has fallen into that trap of coming up short. Oh, Anthony's out there on that wide track again. Is he going to slide underneath? I think he is. That looks to be the shot. Yep, I think so. Good. Robbie's changed the angle there quickly and right on it as usual. I think they've kicked two out, and Norm's gone pulled the tape out for the third. Didn't quite pick up what they had there. 3. So it's a good start for Team Hughes. Yeah, we've pretty much ditched the ditch again. Lacey's got the mat about 1 mat length from the tee at her end. Good morning, Pauline. I'm not sure whether Leanne is the president of the district, but I will find out for you, Pauline. Morning, Vince from Leppington. Bruce Kirk. Hey, Brucey boy, how are you, mate? I have to catch up for a beer when I'm down there in May, mate. I'll give you a call. Yes, that's a nice bowl there from Narelle. Managed to knock Lacey out of the head and stay for the shot. Lacey's going to find a home at the back, so those bowls are always a potential to be in the count. You've got bowls in the head and bowls, behind the jack. Always gives the skips, some opportunity to play different variety of shots. Logan's played up on the backhand, and again she's picking the lines well. But just the weight at the moment. Too good a player not to be able to adjust to this. She's got a big future in bowls too. Comes from a well-known bowls family. One of my old sparring mates, Peter Hughes, is a patriarch of the family. Morning, Jay Dean. Yes, I got a shock when I read the first part of that comment, Bruce, and then I should have known better. Should have read the last part of it first. And on just a fraction too long. And Anthony's given young Ben the mark. Pretty solid. Just again, a little on the pacey side. Having an early rest on the bank. That's a fair line here from Norm. Just the weight's going to beat him. Ben's been a bit more aggressive with that one. Missed by much. Opportunity now for Noel to throw another one there and put Anthony under a bit of pressure. We're out in a good paddock, but I don't think we've got enough grass, Norm. Anthony has chosen the backhand. He's just on the draw. Got the right line, but just going to run out of weight. Upsets the birthday girl. Anthony's going to need another 1.5 meters. Swapped hands. This is well pointed here. Is he going to get under the... I think he's got the jack here. He has. And gone with it. The jack's hit the sink. They definitely have at least one, I believe. Big task here for Leanne. She needs to reach all the way here. Threw it out in a wide field. I think it was just the one. We'll know soon enough when they change the scoreboard. Lacey leading away again. A good-looking bowl to start the end. About 2 feet short, but it'll do till something else comes along. And I picked up 3 on that last end, so jumped to a early 8-0 lead. Lacey's got a little bit of weight on this. She's going to go behind, so 1 on, 1 behind. Both bowls potential to be in the count at the end. And a pretty good response from Narelle. Leanne stuck the finger in the air. She thinks that they have won. Young Logan is looking to sit that last shot. If she can do that, she'll make 2. But unfortunately, you need a little bit more weight than she had on that one. And Mike is next up. The players are still struggling to get their weight here on these longer ends. The Sunshine Ghost combined team here with representatives from Pelican Waters and Kawana and Solander have managed to find the weight, but the locals and Fraser Coast combination is still struggling a bit, although Mike has found a good home with that last one of his. The left-hander on the mat at the moment, young Ben. Well pointed. Still 1.5 meters to get there. Good morning, Mary Ingham. Great to see you back on the coverage again. In a good field here. Is he going to get all of the way? I think it has. That's a great bowl from Ben. The only thing missing was the one rotation to get some chalk, but probably better that he didn't, because it would have likely have gone to the opposition. We're going to work off this. No sails past. Both teams had bowls at the back. Leanne does have the option, if she's to make contact with that shot bowl. She's got a couple of catches behind, whereas Anthony's probably looking to play there on the backhand and sit that second shot out. If he could do that, he'd probably make and stay. He'd probably make 3. Well, he's given it enough air. Whether we can get back from out there. He had to wait to play the shot that he wanted. Leonie's well pointed here. She's going to get some contact with the head. She has. Moved the jack. Unfortunately, the only Hughes bowl at the back is the one that where the white has gone to. So played a good bowl and didn't get the result. An open draw out here available for Anthony. He's on the right track. He's just going to run out of pace. So Leanne's chosen the backhand. She's trying to draw down between the two bowls and arrive on the shot bowl. Just a little bit too far. One shot further to Team Hughes. We've had 4 ends of this 21 end fixture. And Team Hughes is off to a solid start. Lacey's maintaining the length here, and quickly honed in on that her team are assimilated a little better than the opposition, so she keeps the length the same and keep the pressure up on the opposition. First one's going to end up 1 metre or so behind. A nice looking start here from Narelle. She's going to get all of the way to it. Finish jack high. Oh, that's a very good response there from Lacey. Taking the jack and going back towards a second of hers. A pretty good response here. Just not going to get there.
See the young kid at the bottom? On this side, yeah. In the green? Yep. Gave me first roller. Wow. Quebec? Yep. I was president of Kilgana for 5 years. Okay. Life member.
I think we're right.
Played much down at Corey. Hey. Played much down at Corey for a wee while now. Wait, hey. You played in Kilgana? I would have. See the telegram.
Logan's coming up on her backhand. Again, she's struggling with the weight here.
My dad's gave me $30,000 a year. Children get involved 1 year. That's awesome. That's a bit of history, eh? That was Courier Mile. That's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. 17th, yep. I was also president of what they call the Kilgana Royal Sports Club. Come on. I had a dual presidentship, you know. That was in the 80s.
Norm's just going to get around that front one and find a home at the back if it stays up, which it didn't. Right line, just needed about another here. Okay. Correct. Oh, sure that got and what little brain this Team Hughes. On the way in. Come across the head and left. Look. Sure. Best. Logan will be looking to shot. I think wait, got so the Jack. One up. From it might have. Do they? Did that? So what curses can uh, I guess wide open draw. I think is no. Run into the continue. Keep on. Bring no. Morning, Ishmael and Andy and Len Davis. I think we're got one of the streams back online there. Well pointed here from Mike. Just about a metre more was required. Good looking bowl here from Ben. Found a place behind. There's another one for the skip to work with. Norm's looking to get here and sit that last bowl. I'll draw under the front one all the way to the jack. Just got a slice to it. Young Ben's resetting. He was originally looking to play up the backhand, but the skip's changed his hand and asked him to have a look and be more aggressive at the shot bowl, which he's taken out cleanly. What a great bowl. I think Mike's yellow bowl is still the shot. Leanne has indicated that, and as a consequence, Norm is now So Anthony on the backhand, he has quite a deal of room to draw in there. I think he's left his weight behind. Birthday girl's got a good line here. Just slid past. Probably a good result. She wouldn't have wanted to move that jack any closer to Ben. Still holding one. Anthony's looking to come inside this yellow one here. Touch on the kitty would be good. He's well pointed. Now just down to his weight. Oh, that could possibly be the one. Norm's indicated that there's about 2 feet for Leanne to draw. Needs to get under. No, I think it's just one more to Team Hughes. We're 9 ends in, and it was 17-1 scoreline. And again, ball leg. Fair play. It's the one to beat for just going to away to the kitty. Up. I don't think he's got the weight. Now we're nearly halfway through, and some of the bowlers are still struggling to find this weight. We've pretty much played every end but one at this ditch-to-ditch length. Mike's going to run into Narelle's bowl, but promoted it up. I think it's still only one shot. Anthony's looking to get Ben to get another one down here in the head. He had the weight, but just missing, I think, with the line there. He'd pull up rather quickly. Tim Levy, welcome aboard. You've got a bit of rain down there for the Grand Prix today, I believe. And Ben's got better weight this time. That's a pretty good correction. Just didn't get there. But a good second shot. I think Leanne's looking to get Mike to get to that blue bowl, but hasn't got the line to do that. So as they change over, it's Leanne with holding the shot. Let's see what Anthony can do. Got the weight all right. Gonna arrive on that. Got a couple of seconds now. Pretty good line here from Leanne. Oh, she's managed to make another one there, I believe. Yep, brilliant bowl. Holding two. It'll be a bit difficult for Anthony to get a result here. He's trying to beat Ben's bowl there at the 4 o'clock position. Well, he's sent it down on a fair enough line to do that. Just needs to run it out. This is not a bad effort here. That is a pretty good effort. That is shot. Great skips bowl. It's not the first time in this match that Anthony's managed to do that. Pressure now back on Leanne. And all she needed to do was to find some contact on Anthony's bowl, and she could make 3. She gave it a good show. She got here. Looking around to see what the result is. I think they're going to call for the ump. I think they're all putting their hands up, but no one has actually yelled for an umpire. They're all having a drink and get together while they wait for the umpy, who I think might be on another call at the moment. I know, he's making his way out. Just a reminder again, viewers, we're Fours event today with $5,000 in prize money, $2,000 of that for the winners, paying down to 10th place. It's a 2-game event, open fours, 21 ends with no dead ends, and the jack is respotted. While we've got a bit of a break here while they do this measure, it gives me an opportunity to again provide our thanks to the sponsors who have come on board for this 120-year celebration of bowls in Gympie. At Gympie RSL sub-branch, the main sponsor for today. Gympie Regional Council, who are sponsoring the live streaming. The Stay Motel that provided accommodation for Robbie and I over the weekend. Highly recommend anyone in Gympie looking to stop over to stay at the Stay Motel. I've travelled extensively in my business career, and it's as good as any motel I've ever stayed in. Tom Grady Real Estate, Oakville Homes and Community Bank Gympie and District Bendigo Bank. And also Nestle, John Medill Toyota, Nolan Meats and Gympie Party World, who have also provided their support during this great celebration, week-long celebration of 120 years of club. Well, it looked like that measure on the last end had gone to Team Hughes, and
I watched it. It was, and then on the white one, it was half up there. It was a white shot, not black.
all right, we've reached the of this game end at the moment. One of the great supporters of Coast and Queensland from Bowlers Park set up here today, so anyone bowl supplies and thinking of watching a bit of bowls and having a few ice cold beers and help the celebration. Yes. You'll So we've got Norm on the tree. Let's see if Narelle doesn't try to shorten this length. So 3 moved on to 18 to 4. The completion of the 11th end. It is a bit shorter, but probably 3/4 length still. And Lacey coming down on the forehand. made it all the way to the jack and then some. Oh, a good bowl there from Narelle. Gives Lacey now looking to sit that bowl. It's going to hold to the jack. Pretty good effort. Second shot.
I couldn't even get a full sentence out of it where I was. I was thinking that was stuck in.
Good weight on that one, Mike, but just slipped across the head. Just needs a little wider line there.
I want to show you a replay I've got. It's very different with go on.
Mike will be looking to just adjust his line a little bit here. And sit that bowl. Movement of the kitty won't be that bad. He does have one outside there. I think he's pretty much played the same bowl. Knocked down Lacey's bowl. Not sure it's done enough to give it a shot. And Mike's been knocked out of the head, so Team Hughes has either has shot or second and third. Well pointed here from Norm. It's all down to his weight. Oh, gone to the back. His best back. And Ben's just going to push it out, so that definitely now looks to be the shot for Team Grundy. Although Leanne's got the finger job working, and she seems to think it's their advantage.
I've got a result, didn't he?
I don't think Mike's going to be happy with that. So Anthony wants Ben to be positive at this. He's picked a pretty good line. It's just not going to hold. It has found a good home at the back. Yeah. I'll just like to take this opportunity to welcome to the commentary a well-known identity in the bowls world, Mr. Jim C. Welcome to the commentary, Jim.
Hello, Timbo. Hello, everybody. Fantastic 120 years. Even more fantastic last night. Some of the photos, one I've got pictures of, a very, very impressive photo. 1977 District Sides winners, Gympie Widgie, and the people that are in it. I just pulled up, parked my car there, and two people yelled out at me. I didn't know who they were. It was Paul Hendricks and Jack Horn sitting in their little area where they're selling their bowls equipment. And 1977 had a nice picture of Jack Horn in the corner of it. Little Jack Horner sat in the corner. They all have blazers on, and we'll talk about the people in that photo later on. Let's get on with this game. I have to say it was a fantastic night last night.
That's a great looking shot here from Anthony. He's done the business again. He's played 4 great conversions in this game so far.
Well, he is a star player.
He did take that out cleanly. So were you engaged with Mr. Horner last night as well?
No, Jack wasn't here. I was at Bagara where we played Durangan, where his brother Merv, or Crow Horn as he's affectionately known, was playing. So Saturday I had Merv Horn, and Sunday we've got Jack Horn. We can't go any better than that.
No, well, I tell you, it was a pleasure to turn around this morning and see Jack there. It's been a while since I've run across him, but I have nothing but good memories of the times I've spent having a drink and a yarn with him.
And a game of bowls.
Yeah, well, we played a 2-day bowls tournament at Noosa once, where we skipped against each other in the first game, and we drank with each other for the full 2 days.
Leanne's birthday today. She's 60.
Is that right? We have some special info here, that it's Leanne's birthday.
Yep. Yeah, we've been congratulating her most of the morning.
Okay. I'm not going to say how old she is, but I was just informed that. I'll keep that for later.
Well, I can tell you it has an O on the end of it.
Oh.
And it's an even number.
Well.
And
okay.
apart from that, I'll say naught.
Well, apparently everybody knows then. He's got a pretty stacked side against him. Have a crack at him.
It's good to see the young ones. That team, Lacey's team, was actually decimated because of the changes through Grade 8s and Premier League. But Lacey worked hard and found 3 more to come up with her so that she could come and play to show her support. Local girl supporting her club, and I guess that's a feature that has been in this club for 120 years. That support.
I've got a little bit of glare in whatever angle I'm on here. Or maybe a lot of glare.
So here we are, Brian Stewart. Good morning, Brian. Noticed you had a birthday not long ago. Glad to see you still doing the business.
He has one every year,
Celebrated.
Some people have one every Friday night, but Brian has one every year.
So I guess the question with playing bowls with you yesterday, Jim, did you manage to get one that saluted for you?
We managed to win a game.
I was talking about the horses.
Oh, we managed to have enough on the Vampire in the last Sydney race to get level. Lee Vampire.
Okay.
It's pronounced very much differently than that. Lay Vampire, or however they pronounce it.
Yep.
It says Les Vampire to me.
I managed to snare a good one at a good price in Iona Merc.
Yep.
And the pub tipping thing, or the tipping thing we're on in at Coolum Bowls, I couldn't have, for the life of me, think how everybody picked that out, and they all had that as a winner.
Okay.
So big 15, 16 to 1 price.
And probably won 3 in a row. They're probably backing up, but they've already backed it beforehand.
Okay, so it's Lacey's bowl that's holding the shot. Noel might get the opportunity to punch the lead bowl through, which he has done. So the shot now for Team Grundy. A pretty fair response here. Oh, just shaved pass. So Norm's got 2 of Mike's bowls there that he can either promote or come under to add to the count. Any touch of the jack is going to be beneficial for him as well. But he's missed the line there.
Didn't like that much. He waved goodbye to it as it left his hand.
Put it on the toll road, let it pay the fines.
So you're telling me that Lacey had a stronger team than this, other than the 2 Hugheses and Ben Hagen?
Well, I think they were her brothers, were
Okay.
2 of them, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, they do have a pretty good resume in bowls, as I'm sure you're aware.
Yes, that's for sure. And she's scouted round and found a couple of pretty handy fill-ins.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a trick question we just asked then. Are we having lunch? I'm sure. If you'll be having lunch, it'll also be called breakfast.
I was wondering whether he was going to ask us, did we want a liquid one or
No.
a solid one?
No, there'll be a bit of driving done today, I think.
Oh, you're going back today, eh?
Here she comes. In the area. And through,
Just going to get the bowl and hole.
through the area. Through the aperture.
And gave herself every opportunity. That was the shot she needed to play and the weight she needed to play.
Can she put it through that same gap twice?
Well, she'll be hoping not. Not sure that Anthony's is going to slide around the back. That's a good home there.
Just glancing around the field, I see John Faraday over there. Played fantastic bowls in the Bagara 4s in January. Missed out by a draw on winning it, much to my discontent, seeing as I had him in the Calcutta. Running second was about $6,000 difference to me.
Oh, were you riding the last end, or were they beaten convincingly by then?
Keith Wally got the kitty and bounced it off 2 different bowls, and it went to one of Keith's, and they won by 1.
Oh.
Pretty handy teams they had, and skipped by 2 pretty handy bowlers in Keith Wally and John Faraday.
Yeah, Keith Wally can play a bit. Plays a good poker game too, Keith.
He does. He's a card player.
We've run across each other and across the felt a few times.
On one of our fishing trips some 30, 40 years ago at Pancake Creek, it rained for 5 days, and we played 500, 4 of us.
Okay.
And the score was 34-33 number of games. 500 you can play in 5 days of rain.
Yeah.
We only went outside to pick up the crab pots. We didn't go outside to fish in the rain.
You play that long, you got to stop those crazy open misère things and allow the game to go back and forth and have a real contest.
Well, She nearly fell over then, I reckon. That was almost balanced then as she was urging that bowl inside that.
She's been dancing up and down on the rinks and doing things when the stuff's gone right for her.
That's one of the things she does.
Oh, she's a ball of energy. Great response there from Lacey.
Yes, she was a little wild with the first one. We've made up for it straight away as expected.
Yeah. So how's brother John? I haven't seen him for a while. Is his health good?
Yes, he's breathing a little bit easier after the last couple of bowls yesterday. He was 5 in front, 5 down. Both skips had bowl to play. And skipper's coming in drawing the 6th shot for the Urangan pair, and just managed to be a fraction skinny and rolled one of John's bowls into the 2nd shot.
Oh.
Instead of just clearing it, which he looked like doing, and making 6 to see how John was going to go with his last bowl, 5 in front and 6 down.
Yeah.
Instead, he didn't play his last bowl and was happy to go 1 down.
Were you playing with him?
No.
Who was with John?
Robbie Alder.
Okay.
Robbie Alder, we'd sack Muncher and put Robbie Alder in.
Sack Muncher.
We might.
He was a pretty handy in his day, old Muncher.
Let's say it's still his day. There's another horn. Now I've been attacked by Dukhorn. I thought seeing Crow yesterday and Jack this morning would have been enough.
What a great bowl. Right. Well done, Logan.
They're serving it up to him, aren't they?
Yes, well, they managed to control the length of the ends, Jim, at the start of the game, and they'd been pretty much going ditch to ditch, and that's where they've found the dominance over the team Gundry. They've been able to adopt to the ditch to ditch in a far better ratio than
I imagine
the opposition.
Ben adds or just sneaks in behind, he'd be happy enough with that. He played some super bowls in the state junior titles in January, not so long ago. I guess January isn't.
No.
Seems like yesterday.
Where were they this year?
They were at Helensvale.
Okay.
And fortunately they were at Helensvale because on the first day of the titles it rained 4 inches, and on the second day of the title it rained 2.5 inches.
Well.
And if there wasn't a roof, there wouldn't have been an event. I think some of the events would have had to be cancelled.
I think the year before it was in Bundy, wasn't it?
Yep.
Well, we've got one in Brisbane and one in on the Gold Coast where they've had events. Pine Rivers has got the same sort of thing. I think it's where they run the Queensland schools. Comp had been there, and of course now Helensvale having that same facility. But there's another one. Paradise Point's got the indoor stuff as well.
We've only got one green at Paradise Point.
Have they? Okay.
And it's still been very useful to use in the wet weather for Bowls Queensland events.
Yeah. So you've got a big calendar coming up for Bowls Queensland with the district sides in about 6 weeks, and then the state championships.
Yes, Paul Hendricks was just commenting, not commentating on that I'd see a fair bit of him at Coolum, seeing as I'm based at Coolum for the district sides and the state events, as Coolum is the sponsor of the district sides. So all the finals, the semi-finals, quarter-finals, whatever, the main part of the end of it will be at Coolum.
Yeah, we're the live streams at Coolum all through the state championships.
Yep.
And then I think there's a number of clubs that are being used for the district sides, Pelican Waters being one of them.
Here she comes. She needs a bit of luck. One of the white bowls, one of hers.
Yeah, they've got third and fourth. The white and the red.
White and the red. We'll just see what Anthony might be trying to tuck this kitty a bit, or just draw to jack high. Benny's telling him. He's got a foot or so to draw a shot.
Well, he's given himself the fair line to do it.
He's somewhere near.
Here it comes.
Might get in.
Just got the whip going. It just didn't quite get there.
Two.
So that'll be a 3-week stint for you, Jim. You'll be involved in all of it.
I'll do a runner for a few days between the district sides and the fours, and come back for 3 weeks.
Okay.
So I'll do a best part of a week and then 3 weeks. Entries close tonight at midnight.
There you go, folks. If you haven't got your entries in for the state titles, you've got an opportunity until close of business tonight.
And we were a bit worried about how the number of entries was going to go this year, seeing as they're all entered under bowls link, whether we would have everybody being able to use that facility. And I better not say to our amazement, but our slight surprise is we have at least equalled our usual number of entries for the state titles for the last couple of years anyway.
Well, that's pleasing news to hear. I know I was part of a story yesterday where some of the clubs involved in
Great start.
Max Morris's event on the Gold Coast had a lot of difficulty. Oh, we can just take the results home and we'll fill them in tomorrow. Finals and all of those things are today.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite work that way.
Just about got it.
I think she's
Just
going to
about.
slide off.
Just about.
But gave herself every opportunity.
Oh, I see we have Mum on the bank too, so Mum's supporting Lacey and not the boys.
Boys are getting to be big enough to look after themselves these days.
Big enough and ugly enough.
I'll leave the ugly part out, mate, just in case they are big enough to give me a backhander.
Oh, certainly are.
I was commenting before, there's a wealth of talent in that family.
We under a bit of pressure, the match committee, because we will now, with the pairs and the singles, especially the pairs, we will need almost every green on the Sunshine Coast to be able to play the event.
Well, that's always a pleasing thing to do.
It's a pleasing problem for the match committee, because some clubs don't want to keep their playing day on that day or whatever.
Yeah,
they make a lot of money in the spectators as well as the green fees that automatically go to them, that come straight from Bowls Queensland entries.
I've always failed to understand that my original club, or still my club at Coolum, years ago had the view that their playing days were their playing days, and they wanted to host other events, but they didn't want to move their day. And I was always at loggerheads with the then chairman that it was the wrong move. We were actually getting an extra day and getting the same income, as you say, and putting ourselves on the map of being able to host quality events, which, you know, gets your club out and about and be noticed.
Yes, with the number of entries that we have at the moment, I think we needed 112 rinks
I know that
last year.
I know there
approximately that number, much over 100 anyway.
I think there were 100. The last time I was involved in it, because I was actually match chair for the district, and I was actually doing the draws with Margaret Vincent for both men's and women's pennant. And to do it, our spreadsheet, I think we had 176 rinks that were available to allow us to do the draw for
Good shot,
men
yeah.
and women together.
And to give it a little whooshka with the hand, that got it in another couple of inches.
Yep, well, that's a couple there, I think.
2 shots. Well, that jack high one might be a handicap. Robbie will be able to tell us whether that jack high one beats the white one.
Well, we're going to get some
Trouble.
sort of stuff here.
Trouble. No trouble. Second shot, but
Yes, Leanne's got the finger clearly in the air. So does the bowls link then automatically do all your draws and everything for you?
yes. For better or for worse, all those sort of things happen. We got a bit of a flack in the junior titles where the 2 favourites drew the same section in the fours and the same section in the triples.
But those sort of things could happen even if you're randomly drawing them out of ballot numbers or
Exactly.
similar to bowls tournaments.
No
that
different.
You grab an envelope and
No different. We just use random numbers as per normal.
yep.
But you have to have something to complain about.
Well, I've got to say it's one of the aspects of bowls that I don't miss at all.
Can I get that back? No, he mightn't be up, eh?
He certainly had the line to get there, but it was half a bowl of muesli short today. Chance for Leanne to add one.
She's not quite wide enough, this one. See a few familiar faces around the ridges, looking through the players on the field.
Anthony is a little bit more direct now. He's attacking this, trying to push that shot pole back.
There was a small
Fair
gap,
effort.
and
He might have.
he's got shot out of it.
He might have converted
2.
again.
2 is the claim. Yes, he's converted again. I suppose not surprisingly.
Well, this is the 16th end, and that's at least the 6th time that he has converted in that manner. And pretty much, I think, with his last bowl each time. So he sort of like had one practice, and
We got a cheerer to touch the kitty and make 4 here. The crowd would go wild. Oops, here she comes. She's better than touch the kitty. She's right after the...
she's got it. Gone dead, so it'll be respotted. And that will be 1 shot to her.
She's got a shot from the respot.
Great effort. So those that are just joining our coverage today, we do have an open fours of $5,000 total prize money, $2,000 to the winner, running down to 10th place. The event is 2 games of 21 ends, no dead ends. The jack is respotted. And the winners are determined by best margin plus 1 for each end 1. So pretty important to get the end win first, and then hopefully adding a few to it to assist with the margin. And if they end up in a tie, they will tie break using who won the most ends in the last 10 ends that they play. And looking across the scoreboard on the rink we're on, there's a few close matches. And on the opposite green, the scoreboards are at the other end, so can't quite see what's happening there. But we've got bowlers from all over the place.
No wonder there's so many good bowlers here. I didn't know it was $5,000 prize money for the day. That's a sweet amount of prize money.
There you go, Jimmy. You got the 15th of March next year. You can get you're here today. You can get your entry in for 12 months in advance.
Okay.
I know Lacey was a little bit away with her first. Pretty much get on the money that the
She's
second
got a bit of a charge
better.
on this one. Or you try to cut it over to the other bowl.
Got her doing tricks now, mate. I think that was, if it hadn't missed that jack, it would have been close to being in the swamp.
Anthony thought it was pretty funny anyway. He's still laughing. He's pretty pleased with that result.
So we're on the 16th end of the scheduled 21. Michael's yellow bowl has made the difference again. He's hit it right in the belly and stayed for the shot.
No, I was very impressed with that photo from the Gympie Widgie winners. They had so many state representatives from this area in those days. There's a good shot. Logan. She had a very impressive junior titles too. Might have been pushing to be her last one, perhaps.
Yeah, I think a few of that crowd. I think Riley was his last, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty sure. Here comes the yellow one to change the head again. We've had plenty of head changes this end.
Yeah, they're finding this range well, Team Grundy. Mike's two bowls there have been really telling. And there's another one added to the head from young Logan. I think this length is more to her liking. She struggled a little bit earlier on with the longer lengths. But,
needs a bit of help off that one. Not quite.
Well, managed to hit something and stay on. It was definitely headed for out of bounds.
That photo of the winning team from Gympie Widgie 77 brought back so many memories. When I was skipping district sides in my 20s and playing against these guys that were basically legends, all state players. I think
Better one here from Michael. Bang.
Cleaned that up, and maybe still one down with that front bowl.
Yeah, Lacey's bowl there, I think, is the one holding them out. Ben's played pretty good line here. He's just going to pull up a bit on the short side. So as they cross over on the 16th end.
Benny's not very happy with that bowl. He's staring at it as if it didn't like him. He doesn't bowl too many bowls that far away.
I think they've left it there, so it's obviously in play because they're all looked at it.
It's approximately on the line from looking at the angle I've got.
Robbie's gone to have a look.
Ooh. No, he's gone to get someone out of the road of the camera.
Oh, we had a real battle yesterday. There you go.
That's off.
It was off.
That line
They're all playing and missing. You're sitting on the sideline and you've got it pegged in one.
Yeah, well, he has watched a couple of these games from that position.
I've learnt better to argue with him. He makes those calls. Pretty much seen it all. Just not going to find the distance. Well, being a betting man that we are, mate, I think you can probably put a few quid on Anthony to actually play the shot here.
Well, there might be, they're playing a little bit off the line. It might be a bit heavier because the last 3 bowls have all fallen pretty short.
This one's not going to be heavy. He's certainly given it the opportunity. And he did get it all the way back, I think. Well, maybe not. It is outside the line, but
The short one was shot.
They do have one.
One to the Hughes family. Team Hughes.
Oh, 5 ends left.
We haven't had any comments for a while. I don't know that they're working or nobody wants to send any bad comments our way. Nobody wants to send any good comments our way either.
I thought it'd definitely spike when you joined us. We put out a bit of a call this morning and told them we were having a surprise guest, and that most of you who have tuned in with us before would recognise the name and the face and the voice. We thought that was going to lift our numbers some.
Do you think we might have scared a few off? I had a bit of trouble picking it up earlier this morning where I was situated, but there was a lot of cement walls around me.
Oh, you weren't
it wasn't actually jail.
I was just going to say you weren't in the nick.
It was a building with quite a few stories on it and a lot of brickwork.
Fair start from Narelle there.
They're still dreaming of double figures. Yep, that's the ambition when you're down 25-6.
Exactly. Very good correction from Lacey. I think it's still Narelle with the shot. He's out in a good field. Leanne's given it the clap, laid it down, put one behind as well.
Might have made 2.
Skip's got to be happy with leads who do that for them.
I was a little bit unsure of... I was thinking this bowls club used to be on the main road near the Kentucky Fried, but I'm not sure whether that's correct or not. The bowls club was hard up against the highway, and that's probably 30-something years ago. I think it relocated to here, but I'm not exactly sure of that. Because there's always been the Albert Bowls Club at the football grounds there.
Yeah.
And the one on the other side of the road had a brick fence on it that was only about 3 foot high, and as you drove past on the highway, you could actually look in on the bowls green.
Well,
I'm not saying that they had a lot of accidents because of that or anything.
Somebody told me yesterday that the last time I was here was about 20 years ago when Coolum played a playoff in the pennant competitions, the winner to go to the state finals. we won the pennant on the Saturday, played here on the Sunday, turned up, the greenkeeper was here, no one else was here. They opened the club room doors and Freddie Diamond got behind the bar and was selling beers to everybody, and when the guys from the club came, he's handed over the $200 worth of coin that he's taken selling the beers in the morning. And we were playing on this same green, basically I think it was rink 8, and Lance Simpson drew a bowl to within an inch of the ditch to win it for us on the last bowl.
Okay.
Take us to the state finals.
Memorable Freddie behind the bar. He did most of his time on this side of the bar. Peter Ivey says, happy birthday, Leanne. Hello, Poison and Jill Calloway. True story about where Red Rooster is now played.
Right across from the stay motel where we're staying there.
Yes, exactly. And I guess it's more than 30 years. I only ever played there once.
But you can't complain about the location they have now, and there's a big caravan park set up behind us, and one of the ladies who's one of the organisers here, her house, she gave up her house to a whole lot of Mackay bowlers, I believe, and she's moved to the caravan park, and there was a big crew here last night, pretty good party going on till the wee hours of this morning.
I saw Brucey Bridger here before as I walked in, so we've got a interesting bit of Mackay players.
Yeah, unfortunately I missed out last night. I went back to the motel to get ready and had a back spasm and could not move. And all I'm hearing this morning is what a great night I missed out on.
Yeah, there was a few stories going around the place. Some of them were even true.
Well, they'd be the ones that you'd be telling, wouldn't they?
Oh, well, close. There's Brucey there. He's got can't recognise him in that sort of a Hawaiian shirt. It looks more like than a bowls shirt.
With the bumblebees.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bung Schultz had that one on, the similar one yesterday. There were 4 of them walking around with those sort of ones on.
Yeah, Bunga was pretty entertaining last night until they shuffed him off home.
Yeah, got a bit of personality, the old Bung. Fellow bulldog. Good home there.
Pretty good end this one, isn't it? A lot of bowls thereabouts.
Yep.
And Leanne's walked away from this one. It's either a blocker or a shocker.
Let's see what Anthony can do this time.
I didn't realise they had the whole team done up in those jerseys. Bruce's team.
Yep. I think that's enough to...
That's what he was told to do.
Yep.
A good call by the third. Well, wonder if Rayhorn's going to turn up here now. I might as well get the whole 4 of them. We had Crow yesterday when we were playing against Durangan, and Jack Horn as soon as
promoted another one
the car
up into the head there.
1, 2.
So they pulled out 2.
The white one next.
Looking at Lacey's on the right as the possible next one, I think.
Measure it against
or
the white one.
Yeah, it is the front white, I think. Yep. Oh, it's Anthony's out there on the...
I was backing that front white one. 2.
2.
white one, the original lead bowl, stayed for third shot.
17 ends done. We're itching closer to our lunch break.
I've got to go through a few of those names on that picture inside there. It's a nice picture. It's like 3 foot by 2'6".
I'm keen to have a look when we finish.
It's a great picture.
Robbie and I came late on Friday, and both of us spent quite a bit of time walking around looking at all the honour boards and the rich history that was on display in the club. Old balance sheets in ledgers written in pounds, shillings and pence.
Yep.
The old quill fountain pen recording minutes.
We'll just go through this very quickly. These are the ones that I played with, or against, mostly against. Jimmy Horn, Norm Hasthorpe, Merv Sankey, Jack Horn, Alan Hartwig, Bernie Gallagher, Chubba Dan, Owen Miles, Barry Worth. They just keep coming. What sort of a team was it? And then Francis Worth, the boss of the Worth family. So there's no Peter Worth, and there's no Duke. They were only warming into that team in '77. But winning the district sides in '77.
Very famous bowling names from the region there that have a long history.
Well, I think between Kandanga and Imbil, I think they had 6 state representatives out of the 16 at one stage, and they
not a bad effort, is it?
They only had 20-something members each, but they had 3 state players out of their 20 members each.
But Charlie Hayes was up that way, wasn't he?
Yeah, Charlie, 77 was a bit young for Charlie. It was 81 Charlie played against the old man. Jack was just... They played a final under lights with no lights. They had cars angled around and cigarette lighters. And the old man came home, and he got home and he said, shaking his head, he said, the lead was the shortest one. He was Charlie, he was 6'3", and he killed 8 ends at lead. He said, you'll run into some of those blokes. I think it was Organ, Jack, Duke and Charlie.
I had many memorable nights sitting around listening to yarns with Charlie Hayes and Freddie Diamond, especially up at Rainbow at that big tournament.
Yep, Ricky Moden's tournament.
They put the barrel on there on the Saturday night, and you just sit around in awe listening to the stories that the two had to tell about their bowls travels and different people that they'd run across. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, we were discussing a bit of Charlie's singles play the other night, actually, when we're talking about everything coming in and joining the ladies into everything, because Charlie went to New South Wales just when the big money came in. Like, there was more money than there is now in a lot of the tournaments.
Yeah.
And they played a lot of singles. And Charlie won a lot of singles games, and he had a perfect record against playing the ladies. He had a none out of 7. He'd win the event as long as someone else could beat the lady players on their way through. And if Charlie had to play a lady player, he had a none out of 7. And that was pretty well known around there. Like, it was a special little group that was invited into most of those games.
Yeah. The boys used to tell me stories of that, and I think Freddie and Charlie used to bunk with Rex Johnson.
Yep.
Because they both were. Freddie played a lot of those tournaments around in Sydney, and
they were pretty big money tournaments in those days too, where multiplied by that period of time till now.
Yes. Yes, these 100,000 things you see now, were 20,000 in those days, and that was huge money.
Mm. Is it quite going to get there? It's trying.
Did everything right except arrive.
That little bit out there, when you get out a little bit wider, appears to be slow on them.
Yeah, well, it's been that way the entire game, regardless of the length.
Well, I guess I'm not too sure how much rain there's been in this area because we've had 5 mil over the last month at Bargara, and my yard is just about dead. I've been waiting for it to rain for a month instead of watering it.
So obviously you missed all of the
We haven't had any.
the activity with whatever that thing was that was supposed to come.
We had enough rain to wet the road 3 times in the last 3 weeks.
Coolum was pretty much like that. It hardly got anything.
And then Harvey Bay's got 4 foot of water running through the cars at one stage there.
It was like Michael Keegan had posted some stuff on Facebook, and it's like the Gold Coast got smashed, and some of the properties down there were a week and a half without power.
I see Bunga with that Condamine shirt on. I'm sure he hasn't changed because that's the shirt he had on last night.
Condamine
shirt.
Well, he might have had that on last night, but it's not what he played bowls in yesterday. He played bowls in that Donald Duck shirt or that Bumblebee shirt yesterday.
Okay, well, he might have been preparing himself to not have to do much changing this morning. He definitely had Condamine written across his back last night. Oops, the arms have gone in the air.
That didn't look promising.
No, the arms went in the air, then a big whooshka behind it. And we'll take one, she said.
So the march continues. It'll be a nice result here. The scoring is you get the points for the win, the margin, and then 1 additional point for each of the ends that you win. So it is possible with only a 2-game event to put down a very strong foundation for in the first game that the opposition teams have to chase. Yesterday I think I saw one result yesterday where they got something like 60 points in the one game.
There's a 35-6 that Robbie's talking about there. That's a fair hike.
Yeah, well,
you had 10 or so ends on. That's 45, pushing 50.
Yeah, you're going to get the win. You're going to get a 30-shot margin, and then the ends on top of that. So there's 2 there that have got those sort of scores that we can actually see.
I see Clive Williams running down the green there with his 2 walking sticks. So Team Williams is obviously have his 2 daughters with him. Another strong side.
Does one of the daughters have a walking stick, a playing stick as well?
I don't. They're both sitting on the bank.
Okay, well, one of them has a stick, I thought, or maybe it was the rag, the bowls rag, not the stick.
It's a pickup stick.
Lacey's well on it again.
Yes, she won't want that one back.
There we pretty much the perfect go, 1 on and 1 behind. She's managed to stay right at the back.
I've got Duke Horn hiding over my shoulder here, and I don't know whether he's been in there to see that photo. I took Jack in to show him. This photo's in on the with. Go and have a look at it. There's little Jack there from 48 years ago. It's 48 years ago. Francis, Barry, Milesy. There's only 2 left, is that right? Oops, here comes back up. There's too far.
There's a sight that we've seen a few times over the years, big fella.
Too many horns here already.
I've seen his lips move after he's
Hello,
mate,
hello, Mr. Horn.
Referring to you, I told nothing but the honest truth.
Yeah, that's scary in itself too, Jack, isn't it?
Actually, the story I told was the weekend we had at Twelfth, where we skipped each other in the first game, and you said to me, "Do you want a beer, Timbo?" And I had a beer with you.
Got this.
And for the next 4 games,
Well, she didn't want it.
none of the skips we played against either of us drank, so you and me drank for the whole 5 goes. We did.
That was a bit of friendly fire then. She's whipped the kitty off her own teammate's toucher.
Well, I think they're still holding, but the look of it.
Don't think there was any joy between the lead and the second after she peeled a toucher off.
Yeah, I've had some fun and games. I used to play with Graham Anderson, Jack Smith, and John Lennon in our 4s. And Ando was he'd get on it. He's a deadly lead, and Jack would get on. Ando would have 2, and Jack would come up and spread Ando's around and sit there for himself. It was hilarious. Yeah, Graham Anderson, he's still pretty active in bowls. He helps out down at Coolum Bowls Club. He's on the roller there most mornings. He and his lovely wife Colleen, and he plays a bit of bowls. They still travel around. They've got family all over the world. So yeah, he's still at it.
One of the underdogs there.
Actually, out of our 4, he's the only one still playing active bowls on a regular basis.
And Benny's missed. Now we've got a bit of commentary here on beside us in Duke Horn and Jack Horn. I mean, we can't help but go back to a story at Moore Park. One of the stories that goes in the book, they were playing the final of the Moore Park 4s one year, and it was an extra end. It's an extra end, and Jack skipping, and the lead being Duke throws the kitty ditch to ditch. He wanted ditch to ditch on the tee. And Duke leans back, digs into his pocket, brings out a piece of chalk, holds the bowl up in front of everybody, licks the chalk and marks a toucher on it. Chucks it down and draws a front toucher on the extra end in the grand final. Now, I marked that down as pretty well one of the biggest posing performances I've ever seen, Duke. And do you remember doing that?
And did it hold?
And it stayed there.
Yeah, because that the opposition would have been dumbfounded.
Well, unimpressed might have been a word.
Well, his teammates liked it. They're going to
bit of that, Jack, from one side to the other.
Sliced it across, but I think it's landed right next to one of Team Grundy. It looks like they've got the one shot. I think the birthday girl is taking the long road home.
Safe out there.
Yeah, not about to.
Pretty hard to see a bit of glare on there, isn't there?
And I'll be back in Anthony to have a real solid go here. He'll be direct. He won't be mucking around, I wouldn't imagine.
Oh, half weight. Half weight, and he's starting to curl.
He's going to take his own out.
Gets his own.
Well, I think it
might have hung on for second shot.
I think it's only one.
Did hang on for second shot. Adam Dunleavy. Can't read some of those ones over that side, Brian.
No, but they were from earlier on.
Okay.
That one hasn't changed at this stage.
Yes, you've got to be careful what you say when there's a couple of horns leaning over your shoulder. You just don't know when you're going to get smacked behind the ear, do you?
Oh, well, if you're telling the truth, you're not going to get smacked behind the ear.
Oh, why would the truth come into any stories?
Depends on who's telling it, Jim. Okay, so looks like we're on the 20th end. This and one more. be finished well before the advertised lunchtime, which was for 12 noon.
It's a little tacker in a Henselite shirt and running up and down the sideline.
I think his grandmother is on the rink with the bumblebees.
Okay.
His grandmother was the one that played with Bung yesterday.
Right. Well, still playing with Bung.
Yeah, the lady's
Yep.
sitting with the scorecard, I think.
All right.
Lacey needs a little bit more on this one than the last. She gets round here, she'll have achieved that.
They don't want to come in that side. They will.
Just slightly behind, a
Not too
metre or so away.
Not too many people have managed to find the right grass out there.
Here's Mike with his yellow magnets.
Just managed to kick him right out of the head where he wouldn't have been that far away without that chop.
There's another dynasty, the Hughes dynasty, in conversation with the older generation of horns.
Well, the old man Peter would have played
A lot of bowls with
hundreds of games against the Horns.
many a battle I'd had with Peter as well. He was part of our district sides.
Started off
for a
with
while.
Ian Ashcroft. Used to play. We first started playing against Peter.
Yeah, it was down at Bribey when I first met him.
Yep.
And what was it? Kenny Luck.
Yep.
They used to play a lot together.
Yeah, I played a couple of seasons with Lucky at Brisbane North. Yeah, I'm just trying to... Sheep shearer from Charleville, Nigel Crocker.
Nigel Crocker?
Crocker. Was Crocker. There was Ian Ashcroft, Peter Hughes. You take up too much camera angle. This is trying to get around that one. Probably didn't have quite the whooshka. Benny must be due for a good one. He didn't like playing on that other side.
Well, all he needs to do is just draw in underneath this yellow. He's got the line, has he got the weight, and he's just going to fail.
I'm thinking the green's getting a little heavier because that little line of bowls up there, 4 foot short, is basically pulling them all up that just there at the moment. We'll see a little metre correction here. Oh well.
Well, that's
what sort of picket fence are you going to go round?
Yeah, that's not going to help the cause. But they've got the rabbit fence out right across there, Jimmy.
And I'm saying that hand doesn't draw back in very well, so we'll see if he can get it back in.
Well, he only needed on the other hand to beat that yellow, and I don't think the last bowl before that would have been in his way to do that. Well,
there's no swoop out there.
No, that's pretty much stayed in that straight line and very little movement at all against that blue bowl.
He doesn't look over thrilled with that result.
No. Not a big finish here for Leanne.
She hasn't thrown her arms in the air and walked off this time, so she must be keen on it.
Well,
which one does she hit?
She's hit the purple one through.
She's got shot.
Ben's indicated that they're one down.
Somebody walking along here with a bowls bag in their hand. They might have played 21 ends somewhere.
Yeah, it looks like ring 5. It's vacant over there on the front green.
Anthony's trying to
Gonna get a bit of a rub through,
get a shot.
and that it's got the thumbs up from Ben.
Got a half a bowl. We're going to try and get one to come in on that hard hand.
Oh. Looks like he's going to have a crack on the other hand this time. Got the shot. Going to miss everything here. He might get the back door. So taking one more to the score. Two. Okay. Two more. So one end to play.
I haven't actually ran into Paul Hendricks for a while. Normally I see Paul more regularly after my 6 or 7 years or whatever at Mooloolaba, where my office was 11 metres.
Next door to his.
11 metres away from his office. We met fairly regularly. Quite often at 1 minute past 5 for 2 schooners.
I quite often catch up for Paul before work for coffees at his local coffee shop.
Yes, he's good on coffee. I think they have it ready for him at a certain time.
You walk in and you order the coffee and then say, and one for Paul.
Mm.
Yeah, good way to start this end for
back in the team.
Narelle.
Back in the team on the last end.
Well, they say you're only as good as your last bowl, so if you get another one...
We're trying to get double figures and we're trying to stop them getting to 30. I had that in a social game last Wednesday.
That's the go. There's always a target.
We got to 10 the last end and we kept them to 28.
One of the things that I used to love about tournament play, whilst you may not be in contention on the last day, you used to love it when you drew somebody who was, and you knocked them out of the prize, kept them from winning or reduced their prize. It was a great consolation.
Pressure is a marvellous thing, and it gets harder. The more you win, the harder the next one is to win.
I remember one well-known Sunshine Coast bowler. We played against him at Rainbow, and
just about got this.
We were winning the last game, and he turned to me and he said, "You know, you're costing us money." I'll share the name with you off air.
Oh, well, you could probably throw 50 people into that.
I just nearly fell on the ground laughing, and he was serious. Likes one in the head there as well.
Yep, that's our 2. We're looking for double figures.
Yep. Stop the 30 and double up. Logan's got a fair call on this one.
Mightn't have 2 after this one.
Yep. Well, it's only down to 1 now.
I'll have to ask Bunger if that's the same shirt he had on last night.
I have slept.
Thereabouts.
So what Logan can do.
No, it's Benny. Benny's missed with his first one.
I'm hearing calls on the other rink of up and back, so it's obviously a lot slower over there.
Oh, well.
Although we do have one team from there finished. But maybe that team that's up and back is slower.
Slower green finishes quicker. Slower green finishes quicker.
Is it?
Later. Oh yeah. Slower the green, the quicker.
Be careful here. Bit careful. Oh, made two. Maybe made two. Problem is, see the white ball now. You got a lot better chance of hitting something when you can see that. He wants to have a crack at it, I'm sure. Anthony said,
to let him have a
Anthony
crack.
said,
Yeah, well,
go for your life.
He set himself to play the shot,
Yeah,
and he's got it.
got both of them.
All he needed to do was get a piece on the side, and it just took off and got rid of both of them. So it's opened up now. It's more of a,
He drew a good
depending
one.
on this bowl from Norm.
He drew a good one last bowl. Can't see reason why he doesn't draw it back.
Well, it's coming. I think that will be the shot.
Doesn't draw it back. Take that.
Wifey's happy. Oh, it'll be Anthony first to play.
Is he going to play the same sort of weight, or is he just going to arrive?
I think that's arriving type weight.
Well, more draw weight, but is he up? When he's up, he's close.
He's up all right.
Oh,
And he's arrived, but not quite enough by the look of that.
just makes that second shot to get to 10 a lot harder. Oh, she's in the area, sitting far away. We'll just get in the road so we can't see whether it sits it or not.
It's still coming.
Don't sit it down.
Not going to lay Hughesy
Don't
down.
sit it down. We touched it, I think.
First two skips bowls were pretty good.
Went awful close to touching it down.
Ben reckons that they're down.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit narrower, I think, than the first one.
But he's close
But
to the bowl.
he might get the shot bowl
He's
here.
close to the bowl.
And he has. That is a great shot. Put the two of them together.
Nothing to lose but your smoker's cough here, Leanne.
Yep. Well,
Is she quick enough?
no.
Two shots. Or
They've knocked another one of the purple ones over there. So that
Three
looks
shots.
like three.
3 shots.
So Team Hughes has
32 to 8.
added 3 more, and very good win first up to start the proceedings.
32 points plus however many ends. Obviously 13 or 14 ends.
Pretty much. I think they had 1 3, a 2. So that'd be
5 ends.
That'd be nearly 15, 16 ends.
But there's a 39-7 over there that could be in the leader's position.
Well, yesterday it proved that the 2-game winner that came to Game 3 yesterday on our stream were well in front and ended up playing Ruth Perry and her partner from Tin Can Bay, who hadn't won either of their games, but they were convincing winners over the the leaders going into the last game. So anything can happen in these events and with this scoring structure. Anyway,
$5,000 is a fair bit of chaff for one day's play.
it certainly is. Well, the $5,000 wouldn't be possible without the assistance of the sponsors that we have on board. Today, the major sponsor, RSL Gympie Sub-Branch.
I invested in them last night.
Gympie Regional Council, who are our sponsors for the live stream. Tom Grady Real Estate, they're actually sharing the sponsorship with the RSL on the Open Fours, so they're thank you for them. I told the story last night that Tom Grady Real Estate, a member there, has been doing the Calcutta for the Melbourne Cup for the Gympie Bowls Club for about the last 40 years. So a long-time supporter of the club. The Stay Motel, who are looking after Robbie and I on the weekend. Oakvale Homes, the Gympie and District Bendigo Bank, and associated sponsors from the week of bowls have been Nestle, John Mill Toyota, Nolan Meats, and Gympie Party Hire. And I'm told that the room for the gala dinner last night reflected a lot of the Gympie party world. So well done, and thank you to all of those sponsors. We are scheduled to be back on for the second game at 12:45. Given the conditions, it may be a bit earlier than that. So on behalf of Jimmy C and Robbie Allen, we'd bid you adieu until later this afternoon.